I had a good time, just relaxing a little bit, and I'm ready to get back to work now. But there's some stuff we gotta build up to. Um, but we'll build up to that. Whatever they decide to do, playing wise, preseason is what I'll do.
You get 25 years old. Stop it, man. Kidding me? You can't
Load management
practice.
rules.
Jesus.
Hey, it was my, I don't know. Anytime I'm in the gym, I want to play. So I was standing over there, trying my best to, stay the course.
What did you see? It's a different perspective, obviously, if you're watching. What did you see for our first day? Where this group is at?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of talent on the court, as I've talked about the last couple of weeks. We got everything we need to be good. We just had to buy into the game plans, the coaching, and just building that chemistry. As a team. Like I said, we had the talent to do whatever we need to do. But yeah, a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and a lot of good basketball today.
We heard what AD said yesterday to, I think it was to Ellie, about Denver and kind of the way they celebrated and how it didn't go unnoticed. Is that a fair? Do you feel the same way? Did it kind of go unnoticed? Did you think it was pointed at you guys in a weird way or anything like that?
Oh, I think everybody knows it was pointed at us. They can do it indirectly, if they want, but I think it was very obvious to, the public eye. That's why everybody was talking about it. Yeah, you see stuff. Me personally, I'm trying my best to stay off social media and look at all that stuff. To me, I go play every game the way I'm gonna go play the first game against them. But I think it adds a little bit of motivation to go play really well. Yeah, that's really it.
Austin, gotta ask you about the AR1s, the signature shoes. How's the response been? I saw when you went to the Philippines, it was pandemonium. How's that been, like, with the sales and everything of that too as well?
It's been great. We've had a really good partnership these last 2 years, and look forward to keep it going. Shoes feel great. Obviously in the Philippines, so huge Lakers fans, so we were out there and we did an appearance, displayed the shoes and told the release dates, and all the shoes that we've released so far sold out pretty quick. So everything's going good, feel good, and I'm super happy about where we're going with that.
You guys will start cross your mind at any point throughout the off season, just recognizing that you get a chance to pick up where you left off and maybe make a different impression than the way the West Conference Finals ended.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you get the schedule, for me at least, I looked at the first couple games and the Christmas game, and obviously was happy to see Denver on the first game. It's a big night for them, as it should be. It's tipped it to them. They played a hell of a series against us, and then won it in the finals against Miami, so you tip your hat. But at the end of the day, we could go get a win that first game on their ring night, and obviously not spoil their day, but start off our season in a good way.
How much time have you spent kind of dissecting that series? This team is fairly similar. Is that something that you did a lot this summer? Was it a flush, I guess, like in the aftermath?
I've actually thought about it quite a bit, because everybody you talk to brings it up. Going home, the main question was, what could y'all have done to, at least win a game? Everybody wasn't happy we got swept. Obviously we weren't happy, but I've thought about it a lot. I'm sure everybody else has too, and I don't know. I feel like we did, all the adjustments from the coaching staff that we could have done. I just think that with the way that they were together for a full year, really just showed down the stretch against us, fourth quarters especially.
Austin, one of the clear improvements with this roster seems to be the shooting. How did you see that kind of materialize today?
Yeah, obviously it's the first day, and you don't get a big sample size, but you have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball, and it's something we kind of like last year, even in the playoffs when we were winning the Memphis series. I think one of the games before Game 5, I think it was, one game we shot over 30% from 3, and we were up in the series 3-1, I think. So yeah, if we could, boost that, obviously, anytime shooting the 3 ball better is going to help a lot. So we got a lot of guys that are capable of doing that, and I respect that.
In terms of the newcomers, Christian and Tori, and just who stood out amongst the newcomers, like how are they doing in terms of catching up to where some of the returnees are at right now in terms of
Yeah.
knowing strategy, abilities, and stuff like that.
Yeah, we know. I mean, obviously, it's a new group, but those guys are super talented and super willing to, buy into what we're doing. And it showed today. There was a lot of teaching moments, and just playing on the go. They could see the reaction to what had been told. So it's great. Everybody looks good. All the new guys look good. Jalen looked really good today for his first day. So super excited to see what they do.
Last question.
We ain't got no questions. Perfect.
Defensively, especially with communication. Was that a main focus of yours today?
Yeah, especially coming into training camp. One of the things I said later today is I want to work on defense and getting that vocal leader. If I'm playing a 5, playing a 4, I definitely got to be vocal, so I could make it.
How do you feel like you played out there today? First
Great,
practice.
great. I thought I did great. I had good energy, woke up great. I feel like everybody, was trying to be competitive today and trying to work, and it was competitive.
Being from Long Beach,
Yeah.
growing up here, LBC.
There you go. There you go.
But the idea that you're now playing for a team as well watching,
Yeah.
what does that feel like? What do your fans say to you?
My mom's ecstatic. She's gonna be at every game, so you guys might see her around. Friends and family, they're ecstatic. So I said it. I've been saying it a bunch of times. The dream comes true for me. This is my dream team. I've always dreamed of playing on, and now I'm here. So my emphasis is trying to win a championship.
How, Kobe, Lamar, which one out of those 3 were?
Who do you think?
Say it, final.
I like that. I like that.
See what Pelinka talked about you and AD playing together and how was it, playing alongside him and spacing too and interchanging with him? Did you guys do some scrimmaging, playing with each other?
We didn't get to play with each other today. It was usually just me guarding him and him guarding me today. But I'm pretty sure probably tomorrow, the few days coming up, that we're going to get to play each other and get that feel out. But today we were just going up against each other, and it was very competitive.
You haven't had a formal practice with a lot of these guys. Did anything stand out? That you saw that you liked or things you saw kind of put it?
Yeah, just communication. I feel like that's the most, the energy that everybody had. Nobody was really, we have a bunch of younger guys. Nobody was really rushing the offense and defense. They're trying to, get everything set. But if you got in transition, everybody's pushing the ball. Everything's good today. Good. Thank you. Everybody.
You guys gave Torian just the tenacity, the athleticism, the speed. Jackson Hayes, Christian Wood, like we're really blessed to have the type of roster we have. We've been putting in some work, having those returning players, help us, collaborate with us to communicate what we're trying to do on both sides of the ball. It just speeds up the process. You see everybody listening, engaged, seeking the information, embracing the information, and trying to apply it to their practice.
How do you handle Austin Reaves, knowing he put in some extra work during the offseason?
I mean, you have to be careful. Again, we get on the same page. Rob, myself, Roger, Ed, our performance team, and come up with a good plan. He participated in a good part of practice, but obviously there's things we have to be careful.
What's the plan, if you know it yet, with your big guys, particularly the veterans, LeBron and AD, through the games for the preseason? Like, how much will we see?
We're just taking things one day at a time. Once we have to cross that bridge, we'll cross it. But, we communicate well with one another. So at some point here in the next couple of days, we'll figure something out.
How much scrimmaging did you guys do today?
There's a fair amount. We have some transition drills that we do against our coaching associates. We also do a lot of control stuff. We did some one-on-one stuff, defensive stuff, breakdowns. So fair amount of competitive from one-on-one to 3-on-3 to 5-on-5.
There was last year. You're building a foundation, culture, and all of that stuff. How different was it today having, basically the core of this team together from the trade deadline last year?
I mean, you could just see the vertical alignment. There's no. everyone just has a focus and a great energy and great spirit, and you can see it through and through from all of the people that support our group. You know, again, the performance team, our media team, everybody, all the way down, front office, coaching staff. Everyone just has a great spirit about, you know, the potential we have, and to see it, everyone together, competing and working. I mean, sky's the limit. I feel like we just every day we just can't skip any steps. Every day we got to come with that same focus. And it's going to be hard because obviously first day of training camp, everybody's hyped, a little nervous energy, but everybody's excited to be around each other. And eventually you'll get into the dog days, so we have to keep the focus about extracting something good out of each and every one of these sessions. But I think the overall spirit in the building is phenomenal.
Because of the continuity.
The best way to build training camp day one, you guys know your first game on Saturday, but how do you try to build it without pushing them too hard, then pushing them just far enough?
Well, you don't try to build Rome in a day. I mean, you target maybe one or two things offensively, one or two things defensively to work on, and you just stay there. And we're going to have plenty of time to really get more detail with our offense, more detail with our defense, different counters and all of that stuff on both sides of the ball. But today it was just a matter of creating a skeleton, so to speak, and you know, eventually that skeleton have meat on its bones. But right now it's just laying a foundation of competitiveness, playing together, commit to the trust for one another on both sides of the ball, and to water that right here and now before we start literally getting into the intricacies of what we're doing on each side of the ball.
Because of the continuity that you guys have spoken about, do you feel like you can maybe get to those intricacies or get to those details maybe a little bit quicker than maybe you were last year?
Totally. Both Brian and AD are like coaches on the floor. I mean, D-Lo is a high-level thinker out there. Gabe, you know, what he brings, that seriousness, that IQ, that competitive force. Everyone, you can just see everyone chopping it up. Austin's on the sidelines talking to the young guys as they come off and they get subbed and out of the scrimmage. It's a group effort. It's a group effort. It has to be that way. You know, all of us communicate. And I told them, the more we communicate, collaborate on trying to get the right information, execute it the right way, the better off we be, and it'll happen at a pretty swift rate.
The CBA allows you, as a coach, I think, to have two-a-days throughout the course of camp. Maybe we were told you don't plan on doing any?
No, I'm not doing 2 days. I mean, what we're doing right now, I think, is the most efficient way to go about our business. Everything was high intensity today. It wasn't any drop off. I'm not trying to win a tough man contest just to say we went 2 days, you know, burning people out. We need everybody to be healthy and available for as long as possible. So we jump right into it. Everything is timed. We move from one drill to the next, to the scrimmage. Sprinkle in water breaks in between those sessions of whether it's a breakdown drill or all-out scrimmage. And we try to be as efficient as possible and get the highest level of performance during these training sessions.
Is some of that the fact that you've had a lot of the guys in the gym throughout the off season, and you had the mini camp, and some of that just the changing NBA, like the way teams approach things?
Totally. I mean, we were working within the rules last year. And this year, you know, obviously, as you mentioned, guys have been in here in August, September, working on not just throwing up shots at the rim, but actually working on this stuff in their individual workouts or their combo workouts. And so we feel like we're ahead of the curve a little bit. So we're excited. It was a good day today.
Coach, was everybody healthy and available?
Yes, everyone was healthy and available.
Coach, last year.
Say that one more time.
What have you seen with Christian thus far?
Just his attention to detail. He wants to be elite defensively, and he was one of the main voices you heard when we were going pick and roll defense, when we, you know, in the breakdown, in the scrimmage. His ability to switch and sit down in the stands and try to keep the guards in front, rebounding, blocking shots. He was truly extremely engaged on the defensive side. Coach,
you said feeling ahead of curve, just I guess detail-wise, what does that look like in the practice like today?
Well, when you set something up, you hear the player say, oh, he's talking about this, and that. And they're aligning themselves as, once I mention what we're about to work on, if it's like, okay, I want to walk through something, pick and roll, defensive-wise. and you see the guys talking about center field and the way we want to guard it, how to, the angle of the screen, and how to guard the screener, how we got to be on the ball. The players are talking about this amongst themselves, and so it makes it that much easier for me to communicate it because it's corporate knowledge that's being displayed. So that was a great thing, and again, it helps move practice along smoothly. You're not having to stop, have these long coaching clinics. You can just get right to the meat and potatoes of what you want to deliver information-wise, and they embrace it and they execute it.
Coach, you mentioned experimenting and tinkering with lineups during training camp. Were you able to do some of that today? And
a little bit here and there. Pretty much stayed traditional today, though.
Coach, you talked a little bit.
Say that again?
Who got the start of the small forward today?
Great
I
question.
forgot. You go ahead.
Great question.
Good try, Mike. Appreciate it.
Coach, you talked about how it was easier for you. Last year you had the blue tape out. How was the spacing? How'd you like the spacing this year, as far as the guys and everything?
It's good, man. We're trying to do something different spacing-wise, and they embraced it. And then, we got a lot of high IQ, highly skilled, versatile players. So they were showing us stuff that they were adding their own little spices to the soup, so to speak. And so it looked great. It looked extremely organized.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.